Have you ever caught a woman glancing your way? More than once? Maybe she lingers nearby. Maybe her body shifts ever so slightly toward you. And yet, you hesitate. You wonder, is this real? Or am I just imagining it? Well, what if I told you? Missing that moment could mean missing out on something extraordinary. Today, we're diving into something that could completely change how you connect with women, something that most guys never learn to see, 5 undeniable signs she wants you to talk to her. Welcome to Bon Chronicle, your go-to space for real, practical advice on relationships, confidence, and building genuine connection in today's world. Now, this isn't just a checklist. It's a game changer. Because let's be honest, no one wants to live with the regret of what if I had just said something. We're here to make sure that never happens to you again. This video is more than just about boosting your confidence, it's about recognizing opportunities to build meaningful relationships. You see, women often don't express interest the way men do. They're not always going to walk up to you and say, "Hey, talk to me." But they do communicate, just in more subtle, powerful ways. And when you can read those signs, your entire approach to dating changes. This isn't guesswork. This is awareness. This is understanding human connection. And you're about to master it. At Bon Chronicle, we believe that real relationships begin with respect and authenticity, not pick-up lines or mind games. In this video, you'll learn: black tick mark emoji, the 5 clear signs a woman is giving you the green light. Black tick mark emoji, how to confidently approach her, without being awkward or pushy. Black tick mark emoji, and, stay tuned until the very end, a bonus tip that can make or break your first impression. Because when it comes to connection, timing isn't just important, it's everything. It's not just about what you say. It's when and how you say it. But before we get into the signs themselves, let's ask a deeper question. Why do women communicate interest the way they do? If you've ever thought a woman's signals were too subtle to understand, trust me, you're not alone. The truth is, most women are socially conditioned to wait for men to make the first move. That's not a coincidence, it's cultural. Generations of women have been taught to show interest through body language and nonverbal cues, rather than direct words. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about what society has taught them is acceptable. And on a personal level, many women prefer it this way. It gives them a chance to observe, to see how attentive you are before putting themselves in a vulnerable position. So what does that mean for you? It means if you can learn to spot these signals, even the quiet, almost invisible ones, you're already ahead of 90% of other guys. It's like learning a secret language. And once you're fluent, everything changes. From a brief flicker of eye contact, to a slight lean in your direction, to a subtle smile that lingers just a second too long. These are not accidents. They're cues. And if you're present, patient, and tuned in, you'll notice them. You don't need to be a mind reader. You just need to be emotionally intelligent. Let's face it, most guys aren't naturally great at this. But here's the good news, emotional intelligence is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned. When you learn to read between the lines, or more accurately, between the gestures, you'll stand out. You'll come across as someone who actually pays attention. And believe me, that matters more than you think. When a woman sees that you notice the small things, that you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, that's when connection happens. Because here's the thing, when you respond to those subtle signs the right way, the interaction flows. It feels natural, it builds trust. And women can tell when they're with a man who gets it. So, as we dive into these 5 signs, remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness. It's about confidence. And most importantly, it's about respect. Let's get started. Before, we talked about how emotional intelligence and subtle observation can set you apart, and now, it's time to explore the specific signs she's giving you. These are the quiet, almost invisible cues that say, "Come talk to me." Let's start decoding them, one by one. Sign number 1, eye contact. the window to connection. Let's begin with the most classic, yet most misread, sign of all, eye contact. Think about it. You're across the room. Maybe in a coffee shop. Or at a party. You feel something, a glance. Not just once. But twice. Maybe even more. She locks eyes with you. Just for a moment. Then quickly looks away. A few minutes later. It happens again. That isn't a coincidence. Sometimes it's more direct. She holds your gaze. Her eyes lingering just long enough to make you wonder, was that on purpose? Other times. It's subtle, a quick glance. A shy look. Then her eyes dart away the second you meet them. Here's the key, don't dismiss the shy ones. Not all women express interest the same way. A confident stare might come from someone bold. A brief, bashful look. That could be her way of signaling interest without feeling too exposed. So, what should you do? Hold steady. Calm eye contact. Not intense, this isn't a staring contest. Think relaxed. Natural. Just long enough to show that you're aware. And here's the secret sauce, add a soft, friendly smile. Because without a smile, a locked gaze can feel intimidating, even creepy. But a faint grin? That says, hey, I see you too. And I'm open. That one expression can shift the entire mood. You've acknowledged her. And without even saying a word. Invited a connection. Sign number 2, proximity and body language. Her movements speak louder than words. Now let's talk about space, not the kind in the sky. But the space she shares with you. Have you ever noticed someone inching closer to your side of the room? Even when there's plenty of space elsewhere? Maybe she's coincidentally near you again and again, at the bar, near the snack table, by the speaker. Chances are, it's not a coincidence. When a woman is interested, she may subtly shorten the physical distance between you. Even in a room full of people, she seems to orbit near you, standing just a bit closer than necessary, moving toward your side without needing to. If you're seated, maybe she angles her body toward yours. Or she mirrors your movements, casually shifting posture the same way you do. Crossing her legs when you cross yours. Tilting her head when you lean in. These gestures are quiet, but they're loaded with meaning. Watch her posture. Is she relaxed? Open? Arms uncrossed? Are her eyes occasionally returning to you? All of it points to one thing: she's engaged. She's watching. She's open. Now here's your move. Notice, without being obvious. No need to stare or act startled. Just be aware. And if the signs are there, it's your cue to make the first move, respectfully. And without rushing. Try saying something simple. Like, hey, I saw you vibing with the music, any favorite tracks tonight? It's natural. It fits the moment. And most importantly, it gives her a chance to respond without pressure. Remember, body language is a powerful indicator of interest, and when you respond with calm confidence, the moment unfolds naturally. Sign number 3, playful or nervous behavior. Her body speaks when her words don't. Now let's look at a sign that's incredibly revealing, yet so easy to miss: nervous or playful behavior. You know it when you see it. Maybe she fidgets with her jewelry, spins her ring, touches her necklace, or she keeps twirling a strand of her hair, smoothing her dress, adjusting her sleeves. These little movements aren't random, they're instinctual. When someone's attracted to you but unsure how to express it, nervous energy often shows up in the hands. It's subtle, almost unconscious, and sometimes that nervousness blends into something playful. Maybe she laughs a little too hard at your jokes, even the ones you know aren't that funny. Maybe she lightly teases you, joking about your shirt, your drink choice, your dance moves. These aren't insults. They're feelers, little invitations. She's not just having fun, she's testing your vibe. She's checking if you're relaxed enough to play along, or if you're going to flinch under pressure. So how do you respond when you notice these signs? Keep it light. Keep it smooth. Let's say she's playing with her hair while talking to you. You could casually say, "Your hair looks great, did you do something different with it?" It's a natural compliment. directly tied to what she's already doing. It won't feel forced, because it's rooted in the moment. The goal isn't to impress her, it's to connect. When you observe and respond with something thoughtful, even simple, it shows her that you're present, and that makes her feel seen. And on a personal level, many women prefer it this way. It gives them a chance to observe, to see how attentive you are before putting themselves in a vulnerable position. So what does that mean for you? It means if you can learn to spot these signals, even the quiet, almost invisible ones, you're already ahead of 90% of other guys. It's like learning a secret language. And once you're fluent, everything changes, from a brief flicker of eye contact, to a slight lean in your direction, to a subtle smile that lingers just a second too long. These are not accidents. They're cues. And if you're present, patient, and tuned in, you'll notice them. You don't need to be a mind reader. You just need to be emotionally intelligent. Let's face it, most guys aren't naturally great at this. But here's the good news, emotional intelligence is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned. When you learn to read between the lines, or more accurately, between the gestures, you'll stand out. You'll come across as someone who actually pays attention. And believe me, that matters more than you think. When a woman sees that you notice the small things, that you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, that's when connection happens. Because here's the thing. When you respond to those subtle signs the right way, the interaction flows. It feels natural, it builds trust, and women can tell when they're with a man who gets it. So, as we dive into these 5 signs, remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness, it's about confidence, and most importantly, it's about respect. Let's get started. Let's pick up right where we left off. Now that you understand the first few signs a woman might give you, let's dive deeper into the next set of cues that signal her interest. These are the moments when she's looking for you to take the next step and engage her more directly. So, pay close attention, because timing and your response are just as important as noticing these signs. Sign number 4, she initiates interaction, the invitation to engage. Here's one of the clearest signs you'll get when a woman actively initiates interaction. It's one thing for her to look at you across the room, but when she reaches out to start a conversation, that's a signal she's interested. She might ask you a seemingly random question like, "Do you know what time it is?" as she casually holds her phone. Or she might compliment you with something like, "That's a great jacket. Where did you get it?" These small, seemingly innocent remarks are not random. They are opportunities, openings for conversation. And here's how you can respond. If she's being playful with a joke or light tease, smile and offer some fun banter in return. If she's asking a question, take it seriously, give a thoughtful answer, and follow up with a question of your own to keep the conversation going. For example, if she compliments your jacket, you could say, "Thanks. It's my favorite. You have great taste. Do you like this style too?" By doing this, you're not just acknowledging her interest but encouraging the conversation to continue. What makes this interaction powerful? Women appreciate men who can maintain a light, organic conversation. It shows you're not trying too hard. You're relaxed and natural. And you know how to keep things flowing. So, seize this moment. Establish a rapport. And who knows, it could lead to a deeper connection down the line. Sign number 5, she looks for excuses to be near you, the subtle presence. This sign can be more subtle, but it's just as powerful. A woman may look for reasons to remain close to you, even when there's no direct need for it. It's not always obvious, but once you notice it, you'll see it happening more often. Picture this, you're hanging out with a group of friends, and she casually joins the conversation, contributing little but staying close to you. Or perhaps she's finished her drink but decides to hang around the bar while you're still there. She's not just lingering for no reason. She's deliberately positioning herself near you, hoping you'll notice. It could also look like her standing nearby while you browse on your phone or casually participating in shared activities. These little actions, standing close, choosing to stay near you, are her ways of signaling interest, even without saying a word. So, what do you do when you notice this? Start by acknowledging her presence. You don't have to overdo it, but show that you're aware she's there. Then, engage in a casual conversation. If you're in a group, ask her a simple question to draw her into the conversation. If it's just the two of you, comment on something in your environment, like, "This place has such a cool vibe. Don't you think?" This shows you're paying attention, and it naturally sets the stage for deeper, more meaningful dialogue. The key here is self-assurance and genuineness. When you engage her in a relaxed, authentic way, you make her feel comfortable and validated. She'll appreciate that. And when you keep the conversation focused on shared interests, you're not only building rapport but also laying the foundation for a genuine connection. Bonus tip: timing, the real challenge. Now that we've discussed these signs, let's talk about one crucial aspect: timing. Recognizing the signs is just half the battle. The real challenge is knowing when to act on them. For instance, if she's in a group of people or seems preoccupied with something else, it might not be the best moment to approach her. Wait for her to seem more at ease or for the conversation to die down naturally. You don't want to interrupt or seem too eager. It's not just about when you approach, but also about how you make her feel once you do. You need to strike the right balance. Make her feel relaxed, interested, and open to continuing the conversation. When you finally do make your move, don't use rehearsed lines. They often come across as forced and awkward. Instead, focus on being present and sincere. Your first comment should be natural and relevant to the moment, something genuine that connects you both to the environment or situation at hand. If you take this approach, you'll quickly find that the conversation flows effortlessly. You'll feel more confident, and she'll feel more at ease with you. It's all about timing and authenticity. Quick recap of the 5 indicators. Let's quickly review the 5 signs we've covered. Eye contact, the silent signal that sparks interest. Proximity and body language, her way of moving closer to you and signaling engagement. Playful or nervous behavior, the subtle hints of nervous energy that invite you to connect. Initiating interaction, when she reaches out to start a conversation, she's opening the door. Looking for excuses to stay near you, her presence, even when unnecessary, signals interest. These signs aren't random. They're carefully constructed ways for her to express interest without putting herself too much on the line. It's up to you to pick up on them and respond with respect, confidence, and authenticity. By understanding these cues, you can approach conversations with a sense of ease and confidence that will lead to better connections, and possibly a deeper bond. Remember, the more you practice noticing these signs, the more natural and rewarding your interactions will become. You'll soon realize that making genuine connections doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about knowing what to look for, reading the situation, and acting with confidence. And before we wrap up, don't forget, I've linked some incredible resources in the description to help you enhance your social skills and boost your confidence even more. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more content coming your way to help you build better, more authentic relationships.